So I thought about saying or starting this with, it's hard to be a man. But that makes me sound like I'm not the kind of man that I am, which I pride myself in being an old school man, but in being the new kind of man, which is the whiny little man. I'm not whiny. I do my job and I do it happily. The only time I have a problem with the job that I do, again, happily, is when I am disrespected or not held in the favor or gratitude for the fact of what I do, happily. Now, some may say today, in today's world, in other words, that, well, hey, you said you opened this up with that you don't want to be a whiny man. You're not trying to complain or ask for any kind of extra special consideration. And you do this happily. And while that is all true, it really, 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 really chafes my pants when I get disrespected by the people that I'm busting my hump for. And I know very well that this is the epitaph of a man, of a real man. A real man does his duty, takes care of his family, and then dies. That's what a real man's supposed to do. Cut up when he's young, have fun when he's young, but don't have too much fun, because that'll prevent you from taking care of your family when you get older, the people that you care about, and then dying. And even the manner in which you die is held accountable in reference to your account and how well you cut up and your inability or ability to take care of your family. Because that is your job as a man. Take care of the people with whom you've elected to be in your life. They don't owe you anything. That's what I'm hearing. And while I believe that to a certain degree is true, currently right now I say BS. Why? As a man, get rid of my gender. And to say a quote from an old poem, to paraphrase, if you prick me, do I not bleed? I deserve happiness. Specifically if I work at it. Specifically if I don't cut corners at it. I'm out here with other men. These men are doing the things that they have to do to take care of their families. And I guarantee you, if you see anybody out here, a male, and he's driving a really nice car, and he's got a big smile on his face, I guarantee you, he's not taking care of anybody but himself. And he would argue with me in reference to how everything that I just said and how he chooses to live his life. When men look at other men and we sit there and we say, nice car, and we see a really expensive supercar, I don't care if it's a McLaren, I don't care what brand is, we just see it. And it's a really, really nice car. And that man gets out and that man is dressed, or just the look on his face, the dressing on his face is just one of calm. We give that man a compliment either mentally and verbally to that man, and it is not because we like that car. It is because of the fact that we know that that man is doing what we would like to do, but we can't, because we do value the people in our life. But should the value of the people that we've elected to have in our life override our ability to have any kind of joy and happiness within ourselves? Should we not also be people who are caring or have feelings? Should that not be a thing? And only if you served correctly, again, when I was younger, when you're younger, should you be allowed to have certain tools or toys, and then that should suffice in having fun. I've heard so many times this phrase, and it every single time makes me cringe. And that is, he has a man cave. That is a specific spot that is designed for you to be able to do the things that you, as a man, feel you want to do. And I'm like, WTF. Why WTF? WTF because I'm out there. These are the things that are expected of an ordinary man. Anywhere from his, say, 27 onward. And then there's a certain after onward that, you know, when I say onward, I mean up to about maybe 40, 50. Okay, then there's another one onward. He's required to pay for his own roof over his head and the roof over the people with him. That's food, lodging. He's supposed to have insurance. He's supposed to have internet today, in today's time. So internet. He's supposed to have electricity. He's supposed to have all the ability to pay for and fix anything that's required to maintain those items that I just said. Transportation. He's supposed to have medical, dental, and life insurance. Which means insurance-wise, I'm not going to get into pricing, he's supposed to be able to insure what he is vessel, so that when he's doing the things that he's doing as a man to take care of those people that are with him, that he's elected to have those people in his life, when he dies, and he's going to die first, that is a certainty. The numbers have never decreased on that. It's always huge. When he dies, he leaves it to the other people, the people that are in his life. And under that, he's supposed to leave it to the people in his life. And this listed wife first, female children, and the male child has to get out there. And again, 27, so he's supposed to go ahead and do his own for his own self. He's not supposed to, that male child is not supposed to sit back and expect that he will be able to receive benefits from that, even if it is that the man is leaving behind the company. The ability to take care of the women is expected, even if the child, even if his sister, that male child, his sister is older. So even in a wealthy family and a poor family or economically challenged family, either way, and either end of the spectrum, these are requirements for men around the world. Around the world. If you want any kind of respect whatsoever like that, that is still, regardless, none of that is regardless. Meaning you do not expect to have this type of respect based on something that you can expect to happen. It will only happen because you have chosen correctly the right kind of people who sit there and look at you and say, I'm not going to be disrespectful of this man, regardless of the money he has. Now, a person like that says, okay, I'm going to be respectful to this man, regardless of the money he has, because I value him as a person. But here's the thing. That's on real decline. Few and far between. That's what that is. Good luck. Even if you find, and people go, oh, I got a good woman. I got a good woman. I got a good wife. And I really, really enjoyed my wife 100% before I moved us to the United States. She will currently claim right now, seeing this and shaking her head, that she has not in any way, shape, or form changed. And I say that is not true. She has changed and she's come to the United States. And the cultural base, even though it's expected, everything I just said is global. Even though I've said what I've said is global, she still has changed to the culture that exists, or adapted to the culture that exists here in America. She's originally from South Africa. The expectations and how you treat somebody should be universal. It should not be laxed. It should not be something that has been sacrificed. I'm standing here at a red light now, and I see a guy, and he's pushing a cart full of alcohol. He's making deliveries. The truck is back over here. I guarantee you he wants to be treated with respect. Over on the adjacent corner is an Italian restaurant that was converted from an old bank, a bank that's here. It's an Italian restaurant, all right, and it was the Bank of Ybor. Outside is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 men sitting there smoking cigars and eating food. And I guarantee you, the same level of respect that they expect is the same level of respect that that guy who's pushing the cart expects as well of people in his life. But the persons that are over there and the person that is pushing over there, there's no predeterminate that they'll be respected by the people in their lives. It's only about how those particular women were raised. And the sad numbers are that most women, while they love their husband from time to time, do not respect their husband in the same manner as the love, which is from time to time. That respect comes and goes, and it is determined upon how well he takes care of that woman, period. Yes, even independent women, grown independent women. I've done it all myself. I have a sister who is one of those women. She raised her son by herself. And she will straight tell you that the way she has had to live, even though she had a father, our father, who is now in heaven, who literally worked himself to death, she will still tell you that the level of respect that she gives a man is based upon the money that he has. It's just a certainty of fact. That's how things are. I personally don't understand it. I don't. I have no idea how things have come to be this way. I work in the security industry, so my job says a lot about who I am as a person. I do believe in protecting and doing for other people. I do. Meaning I'm adamant about that. And I do, or would like, to have a certain level of respect from the people that I'm in my life, regardless of how much money I give you. My life is just as important. If it's not, then you shouldn't care when I leave the house, whether I live or die. Except maybe you care about the car because you could have used the car, or like in my case, I share my mom's car. So because I'm happen to be in this country, when I go back to where I want to be at, I have my own set of transportation. I don't understand it. I don't understand why we have come to this circumstance. Right now we're on what is the media is reporting, highly heightened type of information that is going on and being passed on through the media that says that we're on the brink of war. We no longer have the Department of Defense. We now have the Department of War. I have another video article about that and how that affects local law enforcement, from security, and so on and so forth like that. But suffice to say, everybody, when the Secretary of War got up and he addressed the 800 plus generals and colonels and all that, when he mentioned his son, he's a father. I don't care about what his personal views are. I don't care what his religious views are, if they differ from mine or not. I don't care. He is a man. He understands exactly. If he was to see this, he understands He does. As a father, you understand. You say, I know that my value is based upon how people see me and what what life I provide for you. And I'm just saying and trying really hard not to be a complainer that the way we as men are treated is, in most cases, deplorable. A human being should not get less value or limited value on their life and existence and happiness plugged in based upon how much money he makes. We just shouldn't. And we are. And that right there is one of the fundamental foundations of why there's so much stress and strife in the world. War may not exist if men did not have to transgress over other men because they would be treated better because they have more toys or more property or more. We sit back, and by we, I mean some men and mostly women, and we'll sit back and say and condemn war. War is evil. War is bad. And it is evil. It is bad. It is absolutely evil. And it absolutely is bad. And no buts. And yet, the same mind that says that condemns that, is the same mind that will tell you that if you don't have what's necessary for them, even as an independent woman, you'll be treated less than. Why? Okay, there's justifications being made. Absolutely. A woman might feel, I don't know, I have no idea. I try really hard to empathize with my wife, who is my best friend. And there is no amount of number or evaluation that I can place on the fact that we've been together for almost 12 years, every single day, and I absolutely love her more, infinitely more than I did when I first met her. But when she's stressed out over lack, it travels into how I'm being treated. And if that's the case, on true love, then this world or this planet has a lot of reckoning to do. The Secretary of War said that if you really believe in peace, you plan for war. And you know what? He's right. Again, I don't know what his personal circumstances or what his personal beliefs and religious beliefs are. I don't know what those are. So if they differ from mine, if he doesn't see me and my skin as a valuable thing, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right here. If I provide you with, in other words, if you need me to live, then you should value me always. I'm not saying over. I'm definitely not saying under. I'm saying value. Value. And I mean my life, not my provision. My life. We got a fundamental thing that's going on that's wrong in this kind of world, and if we don't fix it, something really bad is about to happen. Really bad. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to say, I usually say live, love, be life, health, and strength, and always pay your blessings for it, but I will say this one particular now. Live well. Love hard and passionately. Be awesome to yourself and others. That's all I can say.